North of Baghdad on the way to Mosul, Iraqi security forces have recaptured hundreds of kilometers of territory held by ISIL. Former Shia militias, now under the nominal command of the Iraqi government, headed battle near Samarra last week. Iraqi Prime Minister Haider al-Abadi said the operations are a step to driving ISIL out of a much wider territory in the west and the north.
These forces are fighting the enemy. They are moving thousands of kilometres from areas in which hundreds of ISIL fighters gathered to launch offences at Haditha, Salahuddin and areas of Baghdad.
While an assault on Mosul is still likely months away, the White House says they've started preparing the ground for an offensive.
Mosul will be very complicated. It'll be a mix of forces, and it'll be very important to ensure it's well planned. It's well planned from a military perspective, it's well planned from a humanitarian perspective, and it's well planned from a political perspective.
ISIL isn't the only threat to the Iraqi government. Shia cleric Muqtada Sadr has threatened to withdraw support in parliament for the Abadi government if the prime minister doesn't make the sweeping reforms he promised last year. Sadr's followers claim officials in the zone, which is home to Iraqi government ministries and diplomatic missions, are stealing money while they are suffering the consequences of the economic crisis and corruption.
Part of the corruption is the Ministry of Education. Everyone knows that in the ministry itself and with all the unemployed teachers, in order to get a job, you need to pay at least $15,000 US.
Even leading religious scholars are fed up. The most revered Shia cleric has said through his representative he will stop giving sermons demanding reform because the government isn't listening. The Iraqi prime minister is in a tough position right now. If he pushes too hard to reshuffle cabinet or arrest corrupt officials, he could risk losing support from political blocs he needs. But he could also lose support if he doesn't implement those reforms. Jane Araf, Al Jazeera, Baghdad.